used to help improve those caught in these social ills.
We are picking out some key issues which are very technical in the field. We are looking at the people's temperament. That's the first thing. If you don't know who really you are, you see somebody is suffering from what you're experiencing, you will not know, and you cannot help the person. So we create the awareness on the different temperaments that the people are experiencing or having, and that's affecting them negatively, so that if they are aware, they are treated and counseled, they can now offer better services to clients that come their way on a daily basis.
Counselors are expected to hold firm to confidential information provided by clients, and as such, should reveal such information only on the permission of the source.
Personalities are different, and that every individual is unique. Regardless of your temperament, regardless of your personality, you should not look too superior or too inferior. You should be able to give people the chance to express themselves, and that is because at a point in your life you could leap from a certain temperament to another. You could have a shift. So take everybody equal, take every temperament to be equal.
In the meantime, counselors should pay attention to their speech so that what they say should help resolve another person's personal or mental health issues other than adding up to one's problem.
Moving on to something else on this newscast, most public buildings in Cameroon has been abandoned to their fate by government officials as these set buildings are being neglected, making it worse in most major towns and cities as they pose as an unattractive site to the beauty of the different towns and cities. But many Cameroonians are calling out the government to take adequate action and make sure that she continue to upgrade and maintain the such structures all across the towns and cities in Cameroon. More on that in the following story.
Most public buildings in the major cities and towns in Cameroon like Douala, Yaoundé, Bafoussam, Buea, Bamenda, Garoua are all of the same stature as the set structures are fading away as the buildings are most in their deplorable state. This lack of maintenance is attributed to some government officials who are responsible for the maintenance culture. Housing experts believe attributing the budget collected from these buildings are being swindled into private pockets as the set officials fail to maintain the set buildings. These structures are not just unattractive but equally poses safety risks to its occupants as they debate on their responsibility for maintenance of public buildings in the city of Douala and other parts in the country. Most Cameroonians are calling on the government in question to embark on massive building maintenance culture so as to give the structures a befitting look and the localities that they find themselves quite attractive.
Moving on to one of our lead stories, as earlier mentioned, 2 deaths has been recorded in the town of Buea. This occurred on yesterday morning. That was yesterday, the Wednesday, the 21st of August 2024, along the GC board office area, whereby a heavy-duty truck that was coming from the transportation of building materials to one of the building material companies in the town of Buea lost control of her stamina, thereby plunging herself into several cars, one of which was that of a taxi, whereby the taxi driver and one of his passengers were crushed to death by that sad incident of Tuesday morning, I beg your pardon, as this has caused a lot of reawakening in the town of Buea by road users and commuters who are making sure they take adequate action to avert such occurrences. Barely few weeks after the Great Support ghastly road accident that claimed another 2 lives in one of the despicable manner. More on that with Aisha.
Tragedy hits the town of Buea once again as this Wednesday a heavy-duty truck crushed a taxi at the GCE board office, leaving the driver of the taxi and a passenger dead, as one of the road users and victim recounts.
This driver with the plateau, he came here, I saw at the sea coming from down with a serious speed because he has lost the brake, and then it came down, it just came down. I was trying to dodge because the one who started my car like this just went down there before causing those atrocities. It is startup now for me for years. I want just to focus my driver mirror to go now, drop my tire for back, start away drum, go down there, kill plenty people, I don't see some one taxi where big beyond the where don't destroy them. And then again, some people them die plenty.
The accident that has left many in the town of Buea speechless is coming days after Transport Minister Jean-Ernest Gale Bebehe launched campaign for a free accident in this moment where students and pupils are resuming for a new academic year. More so, coupled with the fact that it happened just some few weeks after the Ghastly Road accident in Great Sopo where 2 lives were lost.
Moving on to the northwest region of Cameroon, precisely in the Bamenda, that is the capital of the northwest region, whereby a duplex has been ravaged by wild flames. This occurred on yesterday night, whereby the set fire incident that, according to eyewitnesses, is attributed to an electrical fault as the set inferno spread all over the duplex that belonged to former basic regional education delegates to the northwest region. At the time, he wasn't around in the building. No life was lost, but enormous material damages were recorded. As journalism student on internship, I'm Meleke Silver attempt. That's us one.
The notorious ex-convict and criminal who has been swindling high-profile personalities who parades himself as Felix Mbayu's Cameroon's minister delegate at the Ministry of External Relations in charge of cooperation ties with the Commonwealth, has called the ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Congo to Cameroon to pick up an urgent letter in his office. In the attempt of getting there, the said fraudster began to change his gimmicks on the phone as he demanded for the sum of 40,000 CFA francs as communication airtime. To the consciousness of the DRC ambassador to Cameroon, who immediately discovered the fake personality as he reported the matter to the minister himself, Felix Mbayu, who immediately involved the services of the Delegate General for National Security, who opens investigations so as to fish out the criminal.
We started our investigation by localize the person. We realized that we know the suspect in our file and in our previous file. We know the person. And then after that, we went to Douala and we arrested Mr. Abesolo. And he recognized the fact.
Presenting the fraudster to the public in Yaoundé, police officials insisted he has been notorious for this act as he has been arrested on several accounts but hurriedly released immediately after some few weeks in detention. But this time around, they say they are employing on the legal dispositions.
What I suggest is to modify the legislation because you see, we have arrested Mr. Abesolo 3 times. He has been sent to prison, but after 4 months, he has been released. But it's not the problem of the magistrate, but it's the problem of the legislation.
Being arrested in Douala, Abesolo will be tried in the Ndokoti Court of First Instance in Douala so as to answer for his misdeeds.
A notorious criminal who specializes in the swindling of high personnel in the country has been arrested by the police officers in the city of Douala. He goes by the name of Abesolo as he was about to swindle the Democratic Republic of Congo's ambassador to Cameroon, impersonating the minister delegate at the Ministry of External Relations in charge of cooperation ties with the Commonwealth, Felix Mbayu, as he demanded for certain documents and communication airtime to be transferred to his set number. This consciousness that awakened The ambassador of DRC to Cameroon was quickly to alert the attention of the set minister himself, Felix Bayo, who later on called on the competence authority of the Delegate General for National Security, Matemba Ngangile, who immediately reinforces investigation that led to the arrest of the set Abesolo. More on that in the following story.
The notorious ex-convict and criminal who has been swindling high-profile personalities who parades himself as Felix Bayous, Cameroon's minister delegate at the Ministry of External Relations in charge of cooperation ties with the Commonwealth, has called the ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Congo to Cameroon to pick up an urgent letter in his office. In the attempt of getting there, the said fraudster began to change his gimmicks on the phone as he demanded for the sum of 40,000 CFA francs as communication airtime. To the consciousness of the DRC ambassador to Cameroon, who immediately discovered the fake personality as he reported the matter to the minister himself, Felix Bayo, who immediately involved the services of the Delegate General for National Security, who opened investigations so as to fish out the criminal.
We started our investigation by localize the person. We realized that we know the suspect in our file and in our previous file. We know the person. And then after that, we went to Douala and we arrested Mr. Abesolo. And he recognized the fact.
Presenting the fraudster to the public in Yaoundé, police officials insisted he has been notorious for this act as he has been arrested on several accounts but hurriedly released immediately after some few weeks in detention. But this time around, they say they are employing on the legal dispositions.
What I suggest is to modify the legislation because you see, we have arrested Mr. Abesolo 3 times. He has been sent to prison, but after 4 months, he has been released. But it's not the problem of the magistrate, but it's the problem of the legislation.
Being arrested in Douala, Abesolo will be tried in the Ndokoti Court of First Instance in Douala so as to answer for his misdeeds.
To our viewers in Cameroon and around the world, you are on to High Prime and we are beaming live from our new studios here in High Television. We now move on to one of our future stories for tonight's newscast. That's beauty and trend. As one of the most trending beauty of a woman and young girls in the nation and around the world is the way they carry themselves on with their various hair do's or hairstyles. This has led to the admiration of so many of their opposite sex and other persons of the same sex who will say it's a way of a woman's beauty as described by the Bible. In the following story, reporter Shirin Nkongo tells us on the relevance of women to make sure their hair are always put in the right, appropriate, stylish manner of theirs. More on that.
Beauty, considered to be a lady's best friend, is not an exception to use today, especially in Boya, where ladies put in much effort in looking and feeling good with these trending hairstyles, as Lucien explained.
I love this. I love platinum gold. When I look at myself, I look beautiful. Sometimes I apply it for my guy, I apply it for birthday parties, when I'm going out, hanging out with friends. That's the type of hairstyle I like to pull out, but I feel like I'm more beautiful on it. Then due to occasions like wedding, parties, I prefer to put my wig because it makes me feel good and make me feel responsible, mature, and good.
Many young people, hair is a powerful form of self-expression. That is, from braid, wigs, and blowout. There is no limit to the creativity that goes into creating the perfect look. However, Lucien is not the only one who seems to think these braids such as knotless, parsmage, and others makes a lady appealing and pleasing. As Gina reminds us that looking good for occasions and for her man is one of the reasons she goes for these trending hairstyles to make herself charming and gorgeous.
Dreadlocks, I love doing them because
extraordinary beautiful. I'm not naturally I'm a beautiful girl. But when I do my braids, my knotless, and my dreadlocks, or I feel like I'm above the earth. So those are my favorite hairstyles.
Peace in mind, fitting in with the latest trends and looking good like their favorite celebrities is the inspiration of most young girls who goes for these trending hairstyles, not leaving out wigs.
We remain with our reporter for tonight, Shireen Komo, who tells us more on how the Israeli airstrike that recently launched from Israel has led to the death of several Palestinians in the hospitals and a school campus. This has led to the condemnation from various international organizations and other foreign bodies who says it's quite recurrent for Israeli to continue in this act of genocide, as they are calling others to stop Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli PM, at all costs. More on that, Shireen Komo.
Annika Lucia, a suspect who had claimed the lives of 42 dismembered women bodies in Kenya's capital, was said to have fled from prison with 12 other inmates during the earlier hours of Tuesday morning. Police Inspector Gabriel Mosogeli provided more information with regards to the situation.
Today, August 20th, 2024, morning hours, there was an incident of prisoners' escape that happened at Kikiri police station where we are as at now. 13 prisoners escaped from the cells, among them 12 Eritrean nationals who were arrested for being illegally in Kenya, and one male murder suspect, namely Collins Chumaisi Kalusha, who is connected with the Kware murder incident.
Our mothers lament over the dark days ahead. With these bandits out in public, they also call on the police to apprehend these criminals before more havoc is caused in the society. While the police in Kikiru tries to rectify the situation, officers were also held accountable for the escape of these dangerous criminals, which poses a great threat to the society.
Apologies for the mix-up there. That was the situation of Kenya, whereby a Kenyan man who is accused of killing over 42 women and dismembering their various body parts, who was arrested and put into prison, has had a prison break alongside some other Kenyan prisoners in the capital city of Nairobi. We move on to Israel. As we did mention earlier, the Israeli airstrike has led to the death of so many Palestinian children and patients who were receiving medical attention and those who were in a school campus following the airstrike from Israel that killed many Palestinians, little kids and women, and most affected. The international community is condemning the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, for this gross crime against humanity, as many describe this saga of Israel as a genocide attack. More on that with our reporter, Shireen Komo.
With the experts believing that the ceasefire in Gaza was likely from the pressure they got from their responses, there was an Israeli attack in Gaza yesterday. The strike took place in different environments. In a market in Deir al-Baha in Gaza, there was a strike by the Israelis on the vendors and buyers who were presently in the market at that time. Unaware attack resulted to the death of 6 persons, according to health officials. A victim mother cries out that the Israelis striked when the least expected. In the west part of Gaza City, there was another strike in a school campus where they had used as their houses, according to the Gaza Civil Defense. When the Israeli strike, the attack was confirmed by health professionals to have killed at least 12 persons, leaving many others wounded.
On our sports page for tonight, we move on to Ngok Ketunjia Sports Jamboree Festival that just concluded over there in the town of Ndop. That is the divisional headquarters of Ngok Ketunjia Division of the Northwest Region. This set sports jamboree is organized by the senior divisional officer for that set locality, Quentin Anderson, who's is using sports as a way to campaign for an effective school resumption for the 2024-2025 academic year all over Ngokotunja division of the Northwest region, as this took place recently in the town of Ndop. And Northwest regional correspondent Ga Joyce has more.
The Ngokotunja Divisional Unity Sports Peace Tournament came to a close on August 18, 2024 at the Ndop Municipal Stadium, marking a joyous day for the people of Ngokotunja. The tournament, which lasted for a month, saw various subdivisions compete in volleyball, handball, basketball, and football, with teams like Babisi, Ndop Oban, Bamuka, and Balikumbat participating. The event, organized by Honorable Jingom Musa, Member of Parliament for Ngokotunja and Questor of the National Assembly of Cameroon, alongside Mr. Sylvester Moore, Director General of Treasury and Corporation in the Ministry of Finance, aimed to promote peace and unity in the division, which has been affected by the ongoing socio-political crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon.
You know that football or handball is a very strong uniting factor and can promote peace and unity within a community. That's the reason why we try to use this method as a means in which we could be able to get our population to be united and fight to bring peace in the division.
The tournament was attended by Kwitong Anderson, SDO Ngokotunja, divisional officers, traditional and religious authorities, and a large crowd of enthusiastic supporters who marched from Total Station in Ndop, waving national colors and banners. In an interview, Honorable Musa expressed his gratitude to the participants and sponsors, emphasizing the importance of unity and peace in the division. He stated that the tournament was a symbol of the community's desire for peace and harmony. Kwitong Anderson, SDO Ngokotunja, also praised the event, highlighting its role in promoting unity, peace, and development in the division.
Of the Unity and Peace Cup, which has been a month long, from the subdivisions culminating to the finals today, and which all along has been hitch-free. I feel very, very happy because it has been another opportunity for us, together with the youths, to demonstrate fair play.
The winners of the tournament were awarded prizes, with prizes for all teams that took place in the competition from subdivision to divisional level. One of the winning team's captain, Demila Herman, expressed high excitement and gratitude to the organizers.
Excited. Every sporting event is always exciting, so I think it's an event that brings youth together, and we thank our organizers for this competition, and we're looking forward to next time.
The tournament is one of several initiatives by Honorable Musa to promote peace and development in Ngokotunja Division. With its success, the event is expected to continue with promising upgrades in the future.
And with that sports festivity all the way from Ngokotunja Division of the Northwest region of Cameroon by our Northwest regional correspondent Joy Nga, this is what concludes tonight's news package. High Prime of Thursday, the 22nd day of August 2024. For me and the entire crew, is a blessed day in the company of High Television, as the next newscast will be yours as from tomorrow 8 p.m. GMT+1. Good night.